This is Derek from Suffocation, and you're watching Metal Wani.
This is David from Metal Wani, and today I'm with Derek from Suffocation. Derek, how you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. Good, thank you.
So you just came to Europe to start your tour. How's that going?
It's going really well, man. You know, the guys in Nile are great friends of ours, super good musicians, and you know, everybody's pushing each other in a really positive way. So we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good. Good shows, good people. Everything's great.
Yeah. So you released the Pinnacle of Bedlam a couple of years ago. How's the fan response been for that?
I haven't really heard anyone say they didn't like it. You know, we're really proud of it, and we like what we put into it. And it's the same thing. You know, we just, we keep doing what we do, and we hope the fans like it, and the people seem to like it. So it's a winning situation. Yeah,
man. Do you notice like a shift in how that comes across live compared to like the older stuff?
It's every record's a little bit different. You know, whether it's a different person or someone different produced it, or maybe we were feeling a different type of energy at the time or whatever. So, for us, it's Suffocation, in my opinion, is a live band. The records are fun. Some people can listen to things over and over, but come see it live, and that's the real deal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So have you got any plans for a new album on the horizon?
Yeah, it's pretty much done.
It's pretty much done?
Yeah. I mean, most of the material is all said and done. Kevin's been doing some pre-production drum stuff. It's going really well. It's super aggressive, and we probably got about 8 or 9 of them. And then I've been working out all the lyrical content, and getting some new influences with the new guy, with new vocalist in the band. And Frank's still in the band. Don't be too scared. But Rickey's gonna get involved, and he's been doing all our live shows, and he's been a great team player and a super cool guy and really brutal on stage. So everything is going
excellent.
Great.
Does that album have a title? Yeah.
I'm leaning towards something, but I can't announce it. Yeah, because we may switch it. I don't want to start promoting the wrong thing, but I have a really good idea.
Any idea when that might be out then?
I want to say it's going to probably be a spring or summer release, because we'll record it either the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So right now we're doing all the pre-production stuff, making sure we like the tempos and the melody lines and stuff we're playing, and making sure all the hooks are there, and really spend a lot of fine-tooth comb, like really get it polished to where we know all the ins and outs.
Yeah.
We want to dot all the I's, cross all the T's. We want it to be very thorough.
So we were just talking to Carl from Nile a second ago, kind of about how the fans' responses have been to kind of their last few releases. How much room would you say there is for like experimentation in the sort of like death metal framework?
It's funny, because for the most part, for us, for example, we wanna stick to the tried and true format of Suffocation, and we dabble a little bit with a couple new elements, but it'd be really a shame if you reach too far and then lost your main audience that you've been working for so long.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a lot, maybe 5%, 10% experiment. If you do any more than that, you can't just go put clean vocals in Suffocation. People are just gonna go, what the fuck? 30 years worth of fans are like, fuck that. So you can stray from the path a bit, but I think sticking to the main formula is probably most important, and then just dabble a little bit on the side.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So the band's been together for over 25 years now, haven't they?
Long time.
So how much have you seen sort of death metal scene change?
I mean, you see a lot. In the 90s, it was really good, real big. Because the whole hair metal thing was crossing over. There was big arena shows with heavy metal and thrash and rock and roll and all that stuff. So as death metal came on the scene, I feel like some of those people were just going to shows, and so there was a bigger audience. And then I feel like it kind of slowed down. And then, those of us who push through it, no matter what the fans do, we're going to see it go up, we're going to see it go down. So I feel like it hit an all-time low, and I think bands like Slipknot and, Slayer getting really big is doing something good for death metal. And, like, even the show Metalocalypse, there's a cartoon about it. You got bands like Slipknot that are fucking selling out huge stadiums and arenas. So for us to be, I don't think we're riding that wave, but because we've always been there doing what we do, the fact that it's getting bigger, so we're seeing it go from the 90s, it was here, and then it went down, and I don't know when it hit its all-time low, but we were there. It was like, oh man, there's only a couple hundred kids, and then sometimes you play, wow, there's a few thousand kids, so it's definitely on its way back up.
So how was that for you in the sort of in that pit?
You just keep doing what you do because you love it, and it's just like, wow, maybe the 200 fans that came were really enthusiastic, and that was better than 1,000 scene fans that were just there because, that's what Tommy and Billy were doing.
Yeah.
So, I'll go too. Susan's gonna be there. Like, they don't give a fuck about fans. They just go because it was something to do. Where like I think right now you're getting a lot of diehard fans that know the songs, that know the bands, that know the guys in the bands, and you know it's working out really well. I think it's on an up curve.
Yeah. So you must really notice then that in the energy. Of
you're definitely, because we're seeing volume and intensity now. You know, where it's getting bigger shows, more intense shows. Last night they were fucking flying all over the place. It was great.
Awesome, man. So a couple of years ago, John Gallagher from Dying Fetus was doing vocals for you.
Yeah,
we were on a tour. How did that come about?
We were kind of in a pinch. You know, it was one of those things where Frank, you know, took a better position with his job, and you know, he's like couldn't leave. Yeah. So we were like, well, fuck, we don't want to cancel our tour. And you know, we started racking our brain. You know, who do we know? You know, I used to play in Dying Fetus a million years ago, and I was like, you know, why don't we try John? You know, maybe he'll set his guitar down and come and do it. And he was you know, he's a good musician, so he understood what it was, but he said he felt a little funny without his guitar with him. He did a great job. You know, whether it was a good fit. You know, we like Dying Fetus, so any of the fans that like Dying Fetus may have liked it.
Well, I'm sure there's a big.
There's still a weird, there's still a weird, like, oh, I don't know if that's the right fit. And for us, he did a great job. He had the timing. He was brutal. He was a cool guy. But is it Suffocation? Not necessarily. We feel that Rickey's is, you know, such a good fit. When Rickey sent over a vocal submission, we played it for Frank. And Frank said, when did you record me doing this? And we're like, that's not you. That's not you. And he goes, well, that's your man. And we go, oh, that's Rickey. That's a drummer. That's a drummer of a brutal band called Disgorge. And he goes, get Rickey. And so we've done North America, South America, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and now Europe with Rickey. So Rickey's done like pretty much all the 5 corners of the world with us. He's a great fit. He's a great guy. He knows his shit. He's got really good timing. He's got a really brutal voice. Cool guy. It's a win-win.
How is adjusting to that new touring schedule been for him then?
No, he's used to it. You know, he's on tour with his brutal death metal band. You know, so he knows the drill. He's known us forever. I used to play in bands with him fucking 20-something years ago. So he and I have been friends forever. And I was like, wow, what a perfect fit. Come try it. And he's doing really good. He's taking it really seriously. You know, he really appreciates the fans supporting Suffocation, no matter what the situation is. Because you know, you can get someone that goes, well, that's not Frank. Fuck off. And then, you know, he's doing such a good job, it's hard for those people to say that, because they still, if they like Suffocation, he's doing a really good job. It's not Frank, but would you rather see Suffocation, or would you rather Suffocation not come around, you know, because Frank can't come around? So I think it's working. We haven't had any negative, you know, you're going to have your people that say, well, it's not Frank, I understand. I wish Frank was there, because the fans want Frank there, but Rickey's doing such a good job, I don't miss it. I mean, I love him, don't get me wrong.
There seems to be quite like a big brotherhood between like bands in the metal scene. I mean, you guys have toured before, and even though you're talking about friends there, I mean, like how important to the scene do you find that?
It's real important, you know. Like we all help each other out, we all encourage each other, we all push each other, you know, to play crazier and better. And it's just really, it is a big family. It really is. So you know, I guess from time to time you'll see some guys that like think they're better than other people, and those people actually suck. Yeah, so, you know, the guys that really care about what they're doing, 99.9% of them are going to be there to be like, oh, fuck, you know, do you need something? They understand, you know, it's like, you're not better than anybody else. I don't care how hard you work. Work as hard as you want, and you can be the best player, but if you act like you're the best player, you're down a couple pegs. There's a guy that's more humble over there that's not as good as you that actually is better than you. So, it is a good tight-knit family.
Yeah, man. So who else are your sort of favourite bands to play with then?
Oh man, there's so many sick bands, man. We're really fortunate, you know, that we've played with all of our favorite bands over the years, and we're all good friends, you know. I mean, like all the bands from, you know, Napalm Death, The Carcass, you know, all the American bands, you know, there's so many sick bands, and the Brotherhood, the same thing that you're saying. Every time we come to Europe, we see all of our brothers, you know. So we're really fortunate that pretty much everywhere we go, there's a band from that region that's either playing with us or coming out to hang out with us, and it's a perfect web, the whole world. We pretty much everywhere we go, we're like, yeah, fucking the guys from Crisian are here, or fuck man, Decapited's here, you know, or like, oh, fuck yeah, man, we're playing out with these guys. And so it's pretty hard to get a bad death metal tour these days. Everyone kind of knows each other, and we all respect each other, and it's a good feeling, you know.
Yeah. How are the sort of the younger bands that are kind of rising through the scene at the moment? Who do you kind of rate?
The young bands like Suicide Silence and Whitechapel, they're doing great numbers. You know, they're coming out. They have a brand new audience. Think about a band like Suffocation or Morbid Angel or Napalm Death. We have older fan base, and you know, sometimes we'll play out with Whitechapel or, you know, do something with the Suicide Silence, and when the young fan that doesn't even know who Suffocation is sees Suffocation, they go, wow. And then the guys from Whitechapel were saying, you know, hey, stick around, check out Suffocation. Whitechapel may not even be around if it wasn't for guys like Suffocation. And we went like, fuck yeah, man, thanks, Phil, that's fucking really cool, you know, for him to, you know, make a mention of it. And so it's tricky. A lot of the young kids don't know who Suffocation or Morbid Angel is. They may know who they are, but they don't know us, like our songs and our show. So young bands are probably doing a lot for it without realizing, you know, they're helping out the entire big picture.
Well, they got the respect there.
Yeah, they do. Those guys really do respect their elders. You know, and it's funny, we don't look at it like that, like, hey, respect us. But, you know, we're friends. We're all friends. So it works out great that the younger bands are actually doing a push without even realizing it.
Yeah, wicked. And just finally, what's your plans for the rest of the year?
We're looking at like a North American tour.
Yeah.
You know, we're kind of up in the air about what it is we're going to do. It's kind of time's running out, so we got to make our final decisions. We're going to continue to do the pre-production for the new album, and then you know, wrap up the year with the tour and more pre-production stuff. And then so early next year, we'll be able to do the record. You know, that's the main goal right now, is finish out the year and get the record ready.
Fantastic.
Sick.
Nice one, dude.
Awesome,
Thank you very
man.
much for your time.